Hey, this is Bobby Kinsman. I'm going to do my 1 rep max video. This is Brittany Anderson. She's going to be my patient for the day, and we're going to start off doing hamstrings. And the importance of finding a 1 rep max, Brittany, is that it allows you to find the maximum amount that you can lift for 1 rep, which determines the neuromuscular strength that you have. And this is important because to determine exercise programs such as hypertrophy or power or strength, determining which your goal is, determining your 1 rep max will allow us to set up a program for you with the right rep ranges and weight to use, and that is all determined by finding your 1 rep max. And we're going to start off with a light load of 50 pounds, and I'm going to have Brittany perform 5 to 10 reps. Go ahead, Brittany. So the weight machine is set up that it isolates the hamstrings. There really isn't going to be any other muscle involvement besides some of the accessory muscles, the glutes maybe a little bit, but it isolates the hamstrings pretty good. Good. Okay, so now we're going to increase the weight after 1 minute. We're going to give Brittany a 1 minute rest, and then we're going to increase the weight around 20 to 30 pounds. Alright, so we gave Brittany a 1 minute rest, and now we're going to perform 3 to 5 reps, and I increased the weight by 30 pounds. She's now doing 80 pounds. We're going to do 3 to 5 reps. Good. 2. Alright, so that's pretty easy for her. We're going to go ahead and increase another 20 pounds, and we'll go from there. Alright, so we let Brittany rest 2 to 3, we let her rest for 2 minutes, and the reason that we let the individual rest between sets is because if you have them go immediately after they complete their first set, then you don't give the body's anaerobic energy system the time to reset. So it takes time for the ATP, the glycogen, the lactic acid to get out of the body. So that's the reason that we allow 2 to 3 minutes in between sets to allow the person to reset those the substrates in the body. So now we increase the weight by another 20 pounds. We're doing 100 pounds, and we're going to have Brittany do this for 2 to 3 reps. 2, 3. Good. Alright, so now we're going to try and find a conservative 1 rep max, and based on what I've seen Brittany do, I think I'm going to go to 130 pounds, and if that is too light, then we'll increase that further. If it's too heavy, we'll go back down and go from there. Okay, so we now have 130 pounds, and this is going to be the maximal effort try 1 for Brittany, and if it seems like if she's producing a maximal effort, we'll stop it there. If it's too light, again, we'll increase the weight. If it's too heavy, we'll drop down and try to find the 1 rep max. So here's Brittany's maximal effort. Good. I would say that is the maximal effort. That is a good 1 rep max. I think if we went a little bit further, she wouldn't be able to complete the full range of motion. She might not be able to complete it in the proper form. So I think that is a good 1 rep max for the hamstrings for Brittany, 130 pounds. Alright, so now we're going to do the biceps, and again we're going to use a weighted machine, and these are pretty good since they do a good job of isolating the muscles that we're trying to hit here, and this is going to be the biceps. So again, it isolates them pretty good, and we're going to start Brittany off with 5 to 10 repetitions at 30 pounds. There we go. It's a pretty easy weight for Brittany to move. Good form. Good. Alright, so now we're going to increase this by about 20 pounds, and we're going to do 3 to 5 reps. Alright, so now we're going to do 50 pounds, and we're going to have Brittany do 3 to 5 reps. We let her rest for 1 minute, and that's enough time for the light reps that we just did. So we're going to have her do 3 to 5 reps here. Good. Good. If you'll notice, Brittany is using a good speed, a good bar speed here, or speed that she's using the weighted machine handles for, because if she's going too fast, then it's going to use momentum. If she's going too slow, then it's not necessarily going to dictate muscular strength or endurance. So she just did 50 pounds at 5 reps. Now we're going to increase that again, 15 to 20 pounds, and we'll go from there. So we increased it by 10 pounds. We're at 60 pounds now, and we're going to have Brittany do 2 to 3 reps for this. See, it's getting a little bit heavier. Yeah, that's good. So this lets us know that we're pretty close to the 1 rep max. Okay, so now I bumped it up 10 pounds because the last she was just at 60 and she did 2 to 3 reps, and it seemed like, not necessarily that she struggled, but it definitely seemed like she had to work for those 2 to 3 reps. So we just increased it 10 pounds, conservative 1 rep max, and we're going to see if Brittany can, if this is the right weight for 1 rep max. Okay, so we're so 70 pounds is over Brittany's 1 rep max, and considering we just did 60 pounds for 2 to 3 reps, that means that her 1 rep max will probably be in between 60 and 70 pounds, probably 65 pounds. But these weight machines only go in 10-pound increments, so we can't really do 65 pounds. We would say that 65 pounds is probably Brittany's 1 rep max for the biceps. Alright, so now we're going to do the quadriceps, and again, this is going to be on a weighted machine, and it isolates the quadriceps pretty good. And we're going to start off a light weight of 40 pounds, and we're going to have Brittany perform 5 to 10 repetitions. So Brittany uses good form when she does the exercises. She doesn't use any momentum, and she has a good velocity when she presses against the bar or the handles. Alright, so that was pretty easy for Brittany. We're going to increase the weight by 20 to 30 pounds, and then we're going to go to 3 to 5 repetitions. Okay, so we increased the weight to 70 pounds, and we're going to have Brittany perform 3 to 5 repetitions for that. Go ahead, Brittany. Good. So this is going to provide a little bit of a resistance for Brittany. It's not necessarily going to be almost no weight, such as what we just did at 50 pounds. Good. So now we're going to increase it again, 20 to 30 pounds. That looks relatively easy for Brittany. So we're going to go up to 90 or 100 pounds, and we'll do 2 to 3 repetitions at that. Alright, so we're now at 90 pounds. We're going to have Brittany do 2 to 3 repetitions for this. And this is going to be, I feel like this is probably somewhat near to her 1 rep max, maybe 20 to 30 pounds off. So this should provide some decent resistance for Brittany. So 2 to 3 reps. 1. Good. 2. Not bad. I think we have about 20 pounds to go, so we'll increase this further. We'll get the 1 rep max. Okay, so based on the previous set that Brittany did, I increased the weight to 120 pounds, and we're going to see if this is a optimal 1 rep max for her. If it's too light, we'll increase it further. If it's too heavy, we'll drop back down, and we'll go from there. So here's Brittany's maximal effort for the quadriceps. Good. I think that was a little easy, so we're gonna increase the weight, maybe 10, 20 pounds, and we'll see if that is the right weight for the 1 rep max. Okay, so based on the previous set that Brittany just completed, I increased the weight by 20 pounds. It looked like the last set was pretty easy for her, so we got it at 140 pounds now, and this is Brittany's maximal effort for 140 for the quadriceps. Once again, it seems like it's a little easy for Brittany, so we're going to increase the weight once again, or maybe 150, 160, and we'll see if that is the right weight for the 1 rep max. Okay, so we increased the weight by 10 pounds. We're at 150 pounds now, and this is Brittany's maximal effort for 150 pounds for the quadriceps. Alright, so that one, if you saw in between just about the middle of the exercise, you can see that it definitely, the resistance definitely showed there. So this is probably Brittany's 1 rep max. If not, it might be 155, but I would say that she might be fatiguing now after all the reps that she did for quadriceps. So I would say 150, 155 would probably be the 1 rep max for Brittany's quadriceps. Alright, so now we're going to do the triceps, the 1 rep max for the triceps, and for this we're going to use, so this is going to be a lat pull down bar, but you can also test the triceps in this. You bring the bar down to tricep level, and you isolate the triceps by having your forearms just parallel to the floor, and then you bring it down. So I'm going to show Brittany 1 rep of how to do it with proper form, and then I'll have Brittany perform 5 to 10 repetitions at 20 pounds, which is the lightest weight we can go on this machine. So we're going to grab the bar, you're going to bring it down, you're going to have your forearms parallel to the floor, isolate the forearms, and extend the arms down. Just like that. And we're also going to have the scapula kind of pulled down. So if you have the scapula pulled up and you press down, you're using your upper back, your rhomboids and trapezius. So you're going to have the scapula down and press the triceps down. Alright, so we're going to have Brittany do 5 to 10 repetitions at 20 pounds for the triceps. Good. Yeah, that's good form. So as you can see, Brittany's isolating the triceps there. Alright, so that was a relatively easy weight. We're just going to increase it by 10 pounds here for the triceps because this is going to be an exercise or a muscle group which, we're not going to be doing 150 pounds in the weight machine here. The maximum might be 60 pounds, 50 pounds. So we're going to increase the weight by 10 pounds up to 30, and we'll do 3 to 5 repetitions. Alright, so we increased the weight by 10 pounds. We're now at 30 pounds, and we're going to have Brittany do 3 to 5 repetitions at this. Good, so she brings the bar down to a parallel height with the forearms directed at the floor. Good. So that seems pretty easy for Brittany. We're going to have to increase that by 10 to 20 pounds. And then we'll go from there. Alright, so we're going to make Brittany work a little bit here. I increased the weight by 20 pounds. We're now at 50 pounds, and we're going to have Brittany perform 2 to 3 repetitions. Good, so she brings it down. Alright, you can see it's a little bit more difficult. That's good, that's good. So we know that we're pretty near our 1 rep max. If that was easy, then you would know that you would have to increase it quite a bit, but we're pretty close. So I'll increase it by 10 pounds, and if it's too light, we'll increase it 10 pounds further. If it's too heavy, then we know that it's going to be in between 50 and 60 pounds, probably about 55. Okay, so we increased the weight to 60 pounds, and this is Brittany's 1 rep max for the triceps. Alright. You can definitely see that it offers a challenge for Brittany, but I think we will try 70 pounds. We might not get it, but I think that her 1 rep max will definitely be above 60. It might be 65, but this weight, the weight machine only increases by 10 pounds, so we can't really test 65 pounds, but we'll be able to determine that based on her 70 weight 1 rep max. Okay, so we increased the weight to 70 pounds. This is going to be Brittany's 1 rep max attempt for 70 pounds for the triceps. Okay, that was a good attempt, but we know that her 1 rep max is definitely not 70 pounds. It's going to be somewhere beneath that. And based off of her previous attempt at 60 pounds, which she got definitely not easily, but somewhat easily, and you could tell that there was more weight could be added. I would say that's somewhere in between 60 and 65 pounds. But we can't test that because the weight machine only goes up by 10-pound increments. So that is going to be the conclusion of all the weight groups, all the muscle groups, the quadriceps, hamstrings, biceps, and triceps for Brittany's 1 rep max attempts. And thanks for watching.